What is going on, guys? In today's video, myself and James are headed to East Lincoln Speedway. So it's been kind of a wet weekend. As you guys can tell, it's kind of overcasty, but the rain has gone. It rained all day yesterday. But I just watched East Lincoln's live stream they had a minute ago, and they are on green for tonight, so that is fantastic. We were supposed to race last week, and our starter ended up going out, and I didn't want to be pushing a car or having my crew members push the car all the time. So we got that fixed this week. I talked about that in our live stream podcast. If you guys came to that, thank you so much for participating. It was a really good time. We're probably going to do more of those sometime in the future, but we're glad you guys came. So tonight you kind of get a 2-for-1 video, I guess. So as I mentioned in the intro before, I am racing tonight in the Renegade division, and James, this is his first time at East Lincoln. He is bringing his Thunder Bomber to go race. I loaned him a gear for that track. So very excited to have him going along with us, and hope he'll enjoy the track as much as I have. I really like East Lincoln. I think it's a fun track. So with that, we're going to go ahead, get the car loaded, get everything packed up, and get ready to get on the road. Hello. Colors?
Yeah. Oh boy. Acid. Ecstasy. Why are you recording this? Okay, and we are getting ready to drag her up on the trailer. Say hey, cat. Say hey, Neil.
Hey, Papa. Somebody got gloves?
Spins hard now.
What you doing?
Putting on some tear-offs.
Putting on some tear-offs. Thank you. Such a good woman, you guys. She takes care of me. Make sure I have plenty of tear-offs to rip off in one turn.
That's the goal behind folding them, is so you don't rip them all off.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'll do it by accident every now and then.
And then I gotta put a whole bunch more back on.
Yeah. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we are at East, and we are unloaded, getting ready for Andrew to go out. He is running second in everything tonight. Renegades are running second in everything tonight. And he drew a 4 today. So, we'll see how things go. So James just got here. We're waiting on hot laps to start, and that is him pulling in right there. So let's see how this goes. It's a little bit of a squeeze. Oh, nice and easy. Nailed it.
So guys, I'm currently watching all the footage because there was quite a few gaps that I had to talk about because we didn't talk about it between races for whatever reason. So you just finished watching hot lap session. For me, nothing out of the ordinary, regular hot lap session. James, however, on the other hand, he went out there for one lap, and then we later found out that his throttle came off of the carburetor, or the bolt that held the linkage to the carburetor came off. And that kind of ruined his hot lap session. Couldn't really get to I guess get some seat time at East Lincoln before the heat race. But I'm going to try to keep these little talking sessions short because of how long this video is and how much content there is in this video. So on to heat races. So my heat race, I ended up drawing a 4, which ended up putting me on pole. I was second heat. So started on pole, got a pretty good start going into to green, and it just it was real nice racing for a while. It was pretty fun. First time I've ever been 3 wide at East Lincoln, and it was pretty fun. Pretty sketchy too. I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to hit anybody, but I ended up finishing third. Track was still a little wet too, and I was kind of struggling with a little bit of throttle control, and I really wasn't getting into the corners very well, or the car into the corners very well, which is kind of what killed my run. But nonetheless, on to James's heat. So this being James's first time at the at East Lincoln Speedway, he elected to start in the rear. Not sure why he was so far back when they started, but nonetheless, he was still learning this track, and towards the end, he started to get a little bit more comfortable with it. But that's really all I can, say for James. I can't really speak for James, but he ended up finishing, I think, last in his heat race. Yeah, last in his heat race. So we'll move on to main events next. So my main event, I started 6th, 3rd row outside, and we dropped the green flag. I know Buddy Olds was behind me, and the little thing with him tapping me in the staging lane, that happened. That's why I love Buddy. He jokes around like that. He's a great guy. Love racing with him. But he started behind me in the main event, and our first caution was, I think he said the distributor quit working his car when I talked to him. So he dropped to the bottom. By the time they threw the caution, however, the car in front of me, which I believe was the 87J, he got loose in 4. I was able to capitalize on it, get around him, and by the time I crossed the line, they had just thrown the caution. So that advanced me 1 spot. Then I think several laps later, the leader at the time got spun, or I can't tell. I didn't really see what happened from where I was sitting, but it looks like he got loose or somebody got into him and he ended up spinning. I guess it did more damage to the car than what it looked like, because he ended up going to the back. And then the other car involved, I guess something happened with there. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just kind of speculating at this point. But that advanced us to 2nd. The 88 car advanced to the lead. And then from pretty much there on, the 88 car pretty much dominated the whole race. I've really got to work on my entry into the corner, because I know that's affecting me coming off. I feel like I'm being way too aggressive with the throttle, and I think that's really, like, you know, getting me fish-taily, if you will, coming off the corner. But nonetheless, car wasn't tore up. I had a fun heat race. Main event, you know, 2nd place, first loser, however you want to look at it. Still a fun race nonetheless. Had a blast, had a good night, got to see a lot of people I like racing with. So with that, on to James's main event. So that was James's main event. Again, he's still learning that track. He advanced a couple spots after some cautions. I know there was 1 or 2 cars that come off the track and one that had spun. I think he ended up advancing, like, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4 or 5 spots. But not too bad. Towards the end of the race, you can kind of tell he was starting to get a little bit of hang of that track because he's never driven on like a really flat track or like a bull ring. And it's definitely different, but still a lot of fun nonetheless. I do want to apologize for the camera, and that is no fault to Cap because we had to park in the infield, which we were going to park in the outside pits, but they were full when we got there. So we parked in the infield, and she stood on top of like this like platform they have in the center of the infield. And unfortunately, because she's so short, she was kind of having to hold the camera up, and I didn't want her to have to run back and forth across the track to film, and I wanted to see how the film would come out with her standing in the center of the infield. And poor thing had to sit there and rotate all 20 laps of my main, then all 15 laps of James's main. So, excuse me. So I do apologize about that. So we know from now on, film from the stand. So I'm sorry if any of you guys got sick. But with that, guys, I want to say a quick shout out to our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for what you do, for what you continue to do. Also, thank you to our wonderful sponsors, Carolina Racing Supply, Kaiser Mechanical Services, and Whiskey Prison for all of their assistance with this year. But guys, next week I'm working on Saturday, so no racing for me, unfortunately. The weekend after that is King of the Carolinas. Yes, King of the Carolinas. James is racing, so I'm going to help him. Me and Hefty Boy are going to go help James, so hopefully we'll see you guys there. I have to work that Friday, so I won't be able to film Friday night, but I'll be able to film Saturday night. And then, guys, our last race for the year is the Fall Classic, but somebody said they changed the name back to Fall Brawl. I'm not quite sure. But that is the weekend after, I believe. And that will be our last race for the year, and then it's getting the Thunder Bomber worked on, getting that built. So with that, guys, that's pretty much all I have. Had a great weekend. Glad I got to race with James at East Lincoln. Glad he got to come out. So with that, guys, almost forgot. So I was approached at the track. I was actually crossing back over the track because I went to go talk to my parents, and I met a lovely family. And I got to meet a young driver who is aspiring in the next gen class. He is moving on up and getting started early in his racing career, but I got a chance to talk to him and his family. His name is Easton Verst, and I had to save that. I told you I'd about forget if y'all were watching this, but it was real great to meet him and his family. Seemed like really awesome people. Seemed like a really tight-knit racing family as well. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for him in next gen and watching him progress his career. So good luck to you, little buddy. Keep on pushing yourself, and hopefully we'll see you in victory lane before long. But with that, guys, now I can go ahead and end the video here. Again, had a blast this weekend, a lot of fun, but we're still chasing that second win. Hopefully we can make something happen in the Fall Classic. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and as always, we will see you in the next video.